Hello, in this video I want to demonstrate you the assignment C, which is client and server application for embedded Linux. And what we are required to do here is that we need to create a server application which is going to receive the messages from the client and convert them to uppercase if they are lowercase or vice versa, and send the messages back to the client. And we can make use of some modes such as verbose, delay, or debug. So I want to show you the code. First, we need to have two variables to store server socket and client socket. When we create the server socket with a port number, it's going to return us the server socket. Then we can make use of the server socket to accept TCP connection, which is going to return us the client socket. Then we can use the client socket to handle TCP client. And this means we can send and receive messages from the client. This is our handle TCP client, and what we do here is that we first receive the message from the client by passing the client socket, and we're gonna store the message in echo buffer. Here we do appending with null parameter, and why we do this is that we want to create a null terminated string, because this is going to enable us to know the exact number of the elements that we have inside this array. So we make sure that we are not gonna print weird characters after we receive our string. And after that, we print received size. Then we have a while loop where we first print the received character, received message, and then we have this method to convert to upper or lower cases. And once we converted it, we send the new converted version to the client. Yes, and if we choose the verbose mode by doing -v, it's gonna print the sent message. And then we reset the echo buffer to next string. Then we do the same, we just receive the message from the client, we append it with the null character at the end, then we just print the information, and we do this until it's done, like all the messages are converted and sent back. Then we close the client socket. So this is the server side, and let's go to the client side. This is pretty much similar to the other one, but here we create TCP client socket by passing IP and port number. This is gonna return us our socket. Then we have our echo string, which is basically the argument that we pass to the when we compile the program, as you see here. So this is our echo string, the first echo string, second one, and third one. And this for loop is gonna continue 3 times because we passed 3 strings, and we send the first one to the server. Then we print the information if we choose the verbose mode. Then we receive the response from the server, which is the converted version of the message that we sent, and we print the received server response. Then we reset the server response for future messages. Then we just close the socket. So now let me demonstrate you. We first start with our server. Yes, so as you see, it works. We pass the message A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, yeah, and then it received the converted version which starts with the uppercase. Then we send 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it just received 1, 2, 3, 4 because nothing to convert here. Then X, Y, Z and X, Y, Z here. And this is the server side. As you see, it received this one, converted it and send it back, then received this and send the same, and same goes for this one. So here I want to actually show you what's gonna happen. So it just continues until I want to close the server. So now let's try different modes. If I remove verbose mode, you're gonna see that it's not gonna print those messages. Yes, so it didn't print these, as you see. And here as well, so there are no like bunch of different information. And if I do remove debug and remove it from here as well, as you see, it only prints what it received, and that is all. And if I put a delay here, it is gonna be delayed, so we will be able to see the steps. Yes, so I shouldn't put it here, but after P, yeah, so you see that it is delayed.